All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Give me just a second, y'all.
Okay.
Just checking on my stuff. All right, we are live. Awesome. All right. So as per usual, I go on ahead and start everything. Hi, Sharice. If I turn my video on, that would help.
Hello.
I was like, what's going on? Where am I? Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's good to be back in class. I missed you guys. I was on vacation. I went to Philadelphia for a family reunion. And in all honesty, y'all, I'm still tired. Philadelphia wore me out. But anyways, if you guys don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. But first of all, let me just say, I'm so happy you guys have joined the class. Anybody who is watching the class on YouTube, if you want to get your regimen tweaked, if you want to get in the hot seat, I would recommend that you go on ahead and come over to Zoom, because I'm doing that on Zoom so I can talk to you face to face. I can't do that on YouTube. So the Zoom link is below in the description. So go on ahead and go over there. And I'll repeat that a little bit later on for the people coming a little bit later. But my name is Tamika. I'm your online hair care teacher and your personal hair coach. I worked in the salon for 15 years helping women revitalize and grow their hair long, strong, and healthy. So now that I'm not working in the salon anymore, I've come to teach you guys how to care for your hair, how to love your hair, how to grow your hair, how to care for your hair so you can have the hair of your dreams. So in today's class, well, today we're not having a class, we're going to have a regimen tweak. So I'm coming on, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes so we can go back and forth so we can figure out maybe some things in your regimen that need to be tweaked. One thing I do want to say is I can't tweak your entire regimen like in a setting like this. But if you want to do something more personalized, I also do one-on-one consultations, and that way we can get down to the nitty-gritty in those. And I'll put links for all that type of stuff in the description. Where's the chat? Oh, there's. Can't find it. Here we go. I'll put the links here. You can go to my link tree and find out all that information on how to contact me and book an appointment with me for the consultations. Hello, everybody on YouTube. How are you doing? Here's the links. Okay. Also, this class is held every Tuesday, unless otherwise stated, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't already signed up for the class, go on ahead and do so. You can sign up with the link I put to the link tree. There's all of the links that you need to find information about me in the class and everything. So go on ahead and sign up so you can get notified for when the classes start or any updates that are going on with me in the classes. And I'll send out reminders on the Monday before the class and also 30 minutes before the class so you won't miss it. Okay. All right. So yeah. So I want to go ahead and get started. And as I said before, everybody who's on YouTube, if there's anybody on YouTube who wants to have their regimen tweaked, who wants to get in the hot seat with me, go on over and click the Zoom link and join me on Zoom. That way you can talk to me one-on-one so I can see you. I can see you. And we can go from there, because it's better when I can see you as compared to you having to type in whatever you want and me answer your questions that way. That's just not as effective, because when we're doing like that little mini thing, I need to be able to ask you questions quickly. So go on over to Zoom. And this is just for the live. If you are not on the live, if you're not on the live, then I'm not going to come back and do this with you later on. You can always schedule a consultation with me by using the links in my link tree. So this is just for the live class. All right, let me make that clear. All right, so who want to go first? Anybody raise your hand? Anybody? I'm going to be tweaking your regimen. So it's kind of like a mini consultation with me right here on Zoom, okay? Yeah. So if
Okay.
you have any concerns or anything, just raise your hand and we'll start. Okay. Dion.
Today was wash day, as you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a RevAir, and then I think the mover stole it. So I had to buy a new one. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, go ahead. That's a shame.
I'm swole still.
Yeah, that's an expensive thing for somebody to sell. I mean, to steal. That's crazy. Of all things, go
The
buy
good
your
thing,
own.
at least now I've got the new one.
Yes, the new one is fire, isn't it?
That's why I was like, okay, good.
I love that new one.
But like I wasn't gonna get it, and then I thought, no, I need to get it because, like I said, today was wash day.
Okay, and so
I don't know what to do with my hair.
so what is your goal for your hair? First of all,
I want to grow my hair, and it grows quickly, but I can't keep it. It doesn't stay.
so you have issues with length retention. Okay. Let me ask you a couple of things. Do you manipulate your hair a lot? How do you shampoo your hair a lot? No. So do you wear any protective styles?
I usually get 2 braids, 1, 2,
Okay.
and I just take them out once a month, and then I redo it. I was like, no, I don't want to keep on paying the hairdresser.
Okay, so you wear the 2 braids and you say you get it done once a month?
Yes,
And so
I'm ex-military, and so
ex-military.
I would go get my hair braided so I can go into the military and then come back out.
Okay.
So I only have to do once a month.
Okay. And so you're just wearing that. Are you moisturizing your hair or anything while you're wearing the
Nope.
braids? Or you just
Nothing. And that's the issue.
Yeah, that is an issue.
That was the issue.
Because you've got to, because his braids are great styles to be able to tuck your hair away. But if you're not moisturizing your hair, that means that your hair is going to be dry when you take it down. And so when you take down dry hair, that tends to cause you to run into problems. And dry hair equals breakage equals no length retention.
And I see this now.
Yeah. So you've got to find a way to get some more moisture into your regimen, and maybe find a different protective style that you can wear that you're able to moisturize your hair better.
Yeah.
Because if you're not doing a lot of stuff to your hair, then, hair likes rest. So length retention wouldn't be as big of a problem, but because you're not moisturizing, then that's where the problem is. Moisture, keeping your hair moisturized, getting your hair to maximum moisture levels, keeping it moisturized well is the key to length retention. That's where a lot of people struggle. It's like the number one thing. There's other things too, but that's the number one thing. If your hair is not moisturized well, you're not going to retain length. No. So you have any other questions?
No, not at this point.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on to the hot seat. That was so brave of you.
It was necessary.
Yes.
It was necessary. It has to be done.
Yeah, just going ahead and get your moisture levels together, and I think you'll start seeing a turnaround. Okay?
I think I will.
All right.
Okay. When we talk about your hair loving products, how do we know when our hair loves it?
When your hair feels soft and moisturized, that's when you know that your hair likes something. When it feels different than what it normally felt before when you're using other products. Yeah. You'll be like, oh, you'll know it almost instantly when you put it on your hair. You'll be like, your hair it'll feel healthier, it'll look healthier. You might even get some curl definition or something like that. Your hair will tell you when it likes a product. And also one thing I want to tell you too is whenever you're using new products, go ahead and clarify your hair first before you use new products. Okay, that way you can start with a clean slate. All right.
Yeah. All
right. Thanks for coming on. I'm gonna go on to the next person. All right. Mari, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, thank you, Miss Tamika.
Hello.
I have a question. You were talking about moisture, and I'm wondering if I'm using the wrong type. I'm doing protective styles right now, and I've been using quite a bit of leave-in conditioner, but my hair still feels kind of dry. I don't know if maybe I'm using the wrong type or just the wrong type of moisturizer in general.
Okay, so what type of leave-in conditioner are you using?
Right now, I'm using the TGIN. I think it's one of those green tea super moisture. I can't remember the name exactly, but it's a
Does it have protein in
TGIN.
it? Does it have protein in it?
I don't believe so.
Did you look at the ingredient list?
I glanced at it.
Because protein, a lot of times, you might not notice it right off the bat. So let's see. Super moist leave-in. Okay. A lot of times our hair doesn't need leave-ins. It's just that we're trained to put it on. But if your hair is moisturized properly, then you won't need a leave-in. A lot of people put leave-ins on because after they condition their hair, it doesn't feel soft. But the conditioner is supposed to soften your hair. Generally, protein makes your hair feel hard, and then you use a leave-in. So you might be thinking that you need that leave-in because something else is going on with the regimen that's causing your hair to not feel as soft as it should. So can you tell me a little bit about that? Is that the case, or?
Well, my hair is relaxed also. I just recently relaxed it again, maybe about 3 months ago.
Okay.
So I don't know if that could be contributing to the dryness as well.
And what type of relaxer are you using? Or is it lye or no lye?
Lye.
Okay. Well, that's good. Never use no lye on your hair. Even though no lye is supposed to be better for the scalp, it's horrible for the hair. So just stay away from that. Yeah. So that's good. Use a lye relaxer. And how often are you relaxing?
Well, I'm trying to stretch them out like every 3 to 4 months.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. And are you doing it at home or you having it professionally done?
My last one I did myself.
Okay, and how did that go?
It went okay. It's just parts of my hair didn't get as straight as I would have liked.
Okay, yeah. Do you have a lot of hair? Is your hair thick or?
I would say medium density.
And how long do you leave your relaxer on?
Probably about 10 or 15 minutes.
And you feel like that's not enough time to process what part of your hair? Probably the back.
The back and the crown area.
Yeah, because those tend to be the thickest parts of your hair. Yeah. Let me suggest this. Can you do half of your head at one time and the other half the other time? Like a half and half relaxer?
Okay, I never thought of that.
Yeah. A half and half relaxer. And basically what you do is just separate your hair in half, separate in half. I would suggest you do the back first because it'll be easier to rinse that. But you can get a base and put it in between like the part and kind of like protect this part so it won't get processed, and go ahead and relax the back, rinse it out and do your neutralizing and all that stuff, and then go in and do the other half. You'll get the hang of it once you practice if you continue to do relaxer at home. But you can ask your hairstyles to do it. Hairstyles should know how to do a half and half relaxer. Well, maybe not, because I feel like that's something I made up, for necessity. But I used to do them all the time in my salon because I had customers who I could only leave the relaxer on 8 minutes, but 8 minutes was not enough time to process the hair. And so I would do 8 minutes in the back, 8 minutes in the front. So 60 minutes total, but it was only, 8 minutes, like that. But your hair is relaxed. So as far as dryness is concerned, where do you feel like your hair is dry at? Is it dry on shampoo day or is it dry in between shampoo days?
I would say in between, and it's primarily in the section that didn't get relaxed that well.
Yeah, your hair is feeling that under processing. So how straight do you get your hair when you relax it?
It's like a tiny bit of texture left, but not much.
Okay, so kind of like a little bit wavy maybe? Okay, yeah, the under processing definitely will cause your hair to feel as if it's dry. So going ahead and try the half and half relaxers, and that should help solve the problem. That way you can have the same texture throughout your hair. Yeah, and the as a matter of fact, the back is probably going to need to be left on longer than the front part because you said the back is the thickest and most coarse. So you might have to do 15 minutes on the back, or what did you say? Did you say 10 minutes? I forget.
About 10 to 15.
Okay, so you might just only have to do 10 minutes on the back, and then you might have to do, maybe like 6 to 8 minutes on the front. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Tamika.
Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah. Yeah, my relaxer girls. Nothing wrong with that, y'all. A lot of people are going back to relaxers, and you just got to make sure it's done properly because hair can be long, strong, and healthy with relaxers. You just got to be really careful and make sure you stretch out your relaxers so you won't be having the over processing, because over processing with relaxers is one of the main reasons why, back in the day, you didn't see a lot of ladies with length retention because they was like, you go to the hair salon and you comb that thing through. Time out for that. And it's always good, just like Mark said, to leave a little texture left and not ever do your relaxers bone straight. That's like the unhealthiest way to relax your hair. Some people text lax, meaning they leave a lot of texture in their hair so they can wear wash and goes and stuff like that. So you can do that too. But most people relax because they want their hair straighter. All right. Who is next? Who else wants to ask questions? Who wants to get in the hot seat? I'm here for y'all. I mean, I'm giving y'all the good because this type of stuff, you have to pay me for it. It's a little more detailed when you pay me for it, but we're trying to get a couple of questions in. All right, Dee, can you unmute yourself?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I am well, thank you.
So what you got for me? What's your concerns?
Well, I know you mentioned the hot seat. I joined in late, so would you like to know my regimen right now?
Okay, so you got about 5 minutes with me. So we trying to really quickly get to, what one of your main concerns is.
Okay. Right now, one of my main concerns is retaining length.
Okay.
And that's one of the main concerns I have. I've had bra strap length hair. And I experienced a lot of breakage. Maybe 2 years after I was able to retain the length all the way down to my bra strap, because I was taking some birth control pills, and that one of the side effects for me.
Hormones.
Yeah. One of the side effects for me was extreme hair shedding and loss, and I lost a lot of hair, and I haven't been able to grow my hair to that point since.
And how long ago was that?
That was 2014.
Okay, let me ask you this. So has your hair dramatically changed since that event? And have you gotten off of the hormones?
Well, I stopped it maybe a year after I started it. So
so you should be good to go as far as it being out of your body.
Yes, ma'am. I probably stopped back in 2015, so about 7 years ago.
Okay, all right. So are you taking any other hormones, or that was just that case? Dee, I can't hear you.
I said, yes, ma'am, that was it.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah. So, so how is your hair now compared to how it was the pre-birth control?
Well, it's not as thick, and plus I'm older and I've had 3 kids since then.
Exactly. I was getting ready to say that.
Okay. And so with that being, that's my 5-year-old, and I have a 10-month-old.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So with that being said, I'm not expecting it to be as thick as it was, because it was tremendously thick and tremendously long before the kids came. But I do expect to grow it back to, at least a few inches above my bra strap.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can still have long hair, and I know, and that's a good point you made, because, I don't really talk about that a lot, but as we get older, our hair tends to thin out some. And the hair that you had when you were like, early 20s, and the hair you have at 40 and 50 is not gonna be the same hair. Well, for most people, there's some people that are just blessed with that big old thick hair, no matter how old they are. God bless them. That's amazing. But just, guys, note that, as you get older, your hair does change. So I'm glad you pointed that out. But as far as length retention is concerned, is there something that you think that you're doing that's causing you to not retain length, because your hair is still growing?
Right. I think it's one thing that I noticed that I'm not doing that I used to do. And with my twist, I would twist my hair, and then at the ends, I would add shea butter.
Okay.
And I also moisturize my hair every day. And I stopped doing that because, of course, life happened, kids happened. Yes. I got super busy. Right. And so I kind of fell off my regimen. And so I think that's the main thing. Me twisting, when I twist my hair, always adding some type of moisturizer, and usually shea butter, because I like it's creamy and it's thick for my hair texture. I'm a 4C if you kind of follow the hair numbers. But yeah, that and moisturizing my hair every day.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, because I know you're a busy mom. Are you working too?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, busy mom is enough. Okay, so is there a way that you can quite possibly get all of your ends tucked under and leave your hair alone for a while? Like, say, for instance, if you twist your hair up and you do that every 2 to 3 weeks or every month or something like that, because you can wear your twists about a month, you know, if you do everything right, you can wear them for about a month. So is there a way that you can get your hair pulled back into like a bun and like moisturize that and tie it up and get it tucked under and just left alone? Is that possible? That way you won't have to concentrate on moisturizing as much? Like a twisted bun or something?
Yes, that's definitely possible.
Because if you can get your ends
will
tucked under
say
in a
I have
way.
a confession that I like to. Right.
What was your confession? You like to what?
Is for me is, I like to wear different styles.
Ah. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you this. Okay, when you're in growing and length retention mode, wearing the different styles is a no-go.
Yeah.
Because when you're wearing different styles all the time, it doesn't allow your hair to rest. So with length retention, you've got to let your hair rest. That's unfortunately that's just how our hair is. You know, we just got to take it. We got to take, you know, what God gave us. Okay, so you got to get their hair rested up and put away and into those protective styles. I know you, and you're in mommy mode. You have a 10-month-old, so you know, mommies with kids that age don't even look polished anyway. So don't even be worried about that. You ain't got to get on Zoom meetings. You're not going out to work, so hey, you can still look cute with your twisted bun.
Yes, ma'am. You're right, and I was doing that before. I was wearing my twist for a long time. You really have to get back to what works. You know, you do, and unfortunately, now when you get to a point where your hair is the length that you want it to be, you can start changing up and experimenting more. But I tell people, you have to sacrifice for what you want, and most of the time, it's just for a short period of time. You know, so make those sacrifices now, so later on, 3-4 years later on, your hair will be fabulous. You can do with it what you want. All right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. You have a good one. Thank you. Okay. Anybody want to go next? Antibody. So y'all gonna make this class short. All right. Is there anything I want to say to you guys? Because I mean, there's so much that I want to tell you. Oh, okay, let's do this. So I want you guys to, you can either email me the information. Let me put my email in. Or you can just type it in the chat or whatever. But I want you guys to tell me what topics you want me to talk about. Okay? Because I want to talk about things you want me to talk about. Okay, for the YouTube people, the people who just came in, maybe I'm doing regimen tweaks, hot seat regimen tweaks on Zoom. So if you want to get your regimen tweaked, go on ahead and use the Zoom link in the description and get on Zoom so I can talk to you one-on-one and get your regimen tweak. I'm giving you about 5 minutes to talk to me. This is like a special occasion because people have to pay me for this service. Okay, so we, you know, putting you in the hot seat. So if you want to do that, I'm gonna give you a few more minutes to maybe go over there and sign in. And get your regimen tweak, but you can also learn from what the other people who have been on have asked too. But I want to make it specific to you because I can tweak a little bit of stuff, not everything, but just a couple of things, you know, or one thing, you know, in the 5 minutes. So just going over there and come talk to me.
I have a question.
Okay. Yes, Arnita.
Hi. Okay. I jumped on the Zoom really, really late, so I didn't even notice what the topic was today.
Okay.
So do you mind just sharing with me what the title or the topic was
Well,
today? So I won't be way off.
Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm giving you about 5 minutes to ask me questions so I can tweak your regimen.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
So I wear a lot of wigs. I don't do like the glue down and all that jazz. I don't, because I don't like stuff on my face and glue and stuff. But I notice anytime I wear wigs or crochet or any type of added hair, which I haven't in a long while, but I do wear the wigs. I tend to have breakage around my edges. My hair is fine. So do you have recommendations for what I could do? Like maybe some of those, I've seen some of those like wig grip wraps or I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that out because my hair is growing around, let's see. Sometimes they'll have combs and I think the combs were contributing. So I quit snapping the combs, but then it doesn't sit down like I needed to, you know? So I'm experiencing nape and edges breakage because my hair is fine and it just breaks very easily.
All right. Okay. So the combs, yes, they are a no. Take them out. What I tell people who struggle with needing to have something like to secure their wigs is one thing, you have it sewn down. If you really want to go there, you can have, have it sewn down with, some weave thread. You can do that, but the thing about having it sewn down, you can't really access it as much, but you can have somebody sew it down and leave like the back, available so you can still get in there with your regimen, with your moisturizing and stuff. But one trick I like to use is those super really good coated bobby pins.
Okay.
They work really well for keeping your wigs in place. Also, let me ask you a question. So what type of wigs you're wearing? I know you said you don't use the glue and all that type of stuff. So what type of wigs are you wearing? Are you making your wigs and, with a wig cap?
No, it's the already bought, store wigs, nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy. You just go on and buy one of them.
Yeah, they're like lace. They're supposed to be lace fronts, but like I'm not doing that glue. That's a no for me.
Yeah.
But and I like to take them off because I'm like, when I get home, I'm like, it's got to go.
That's everybody.
Okay, that's why I don't want to sew. I don't want to sew. I don't want nothing stuck in my. I want to take it off.
You want to take it off? Okay, that's fine. So listen. Are you wearing wig caps at all?
No.
Boom.
Okay, that's the problem.
Wear wig caps and make sure that you're moisturizing your hairline and your nape.
Okay.
So how often are you moisturizing your hair while you're wearing the wigs?
I moisturize my hair. I do pretty good, but I don't know if it's the rubbing, because I don't wear the wig cap or, I quit the combs. So
yeah, the wig cap could solve your entire issue.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's gonna keep your hair in place, and it's also going to be the barrier in between your hair and the wig.
Okay, I know that seems so simple.
Okay, so
I was just thinking, I was feeling like being smothered. I'm already.
I know, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, because wig caps tend to like, especially if your hair's bigger, they tend to like give you a little bit of a headache sometimes. Trust me, I know, because people be like, Tamika, your hair's not big, but them wig caps be hurting. My head's big. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I do a lot of times is I'll cut little slits to kind of loosen it up a little bit. So little teeny slits so it can kind of expand a little bit, then put it on my head.
Oh, okay.
And that helps if you're struggling with like that feeling of tightness.
Yeah. I feel it feels tight because even if I wear I don't like wearing ponytails long because my head feels tight, or even because I was like, because I don't want to just wear my hair out just yet. I'm struggling with accepting the gray. And I don't want to be. I know you're doing good. You're fabulous. You're fabulous. I was wearing the gray when my hair was really, really short. Okay. but I'm trying to grow it out, but I probably need to do another big chop because it's just the breakage just looks horrible. So I'm just like, ooh, it's longer and gray. So that's like another stage, if you will. You know, it's like another acceptance stage. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
it is. Trust
with
me.
it short, I was like, you know, really, really short, teeny weeny. I was like, you know, okay, this is quick and easy and cute. And then it's longer and, you know, figuring out it's more work and more styles. And, you know, then I'm kind of perimenopause too. So I was going through more shedding than I'm accustomed to. And so I'm like, until I get figured out what I'm gonna do, I've been doing the wigs, but I'm like, the wigs aren't helping me here because my edges and
suffering.
So I don't know. I'm trying to get that figured out.
Do the wig caps, try the wig caps, and then make sure you're moisturizing at least your at least every day your edges and your nape with something nice.
Okay.
Something moisturizing.
Will do.
All right. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Does anybody else want to come on? Anybody else? Let's see. I'm gonna see what's going on YouTube, y'all. Hold up a second. Where are my YouTube peeps? All right. Oh, and okay, so if I don't get anybody else, I'm gonna go on ahead and go into Tisha. Okay, but after I finish with the hot seats, I'm gonna go on ahead and answer the questions I see, because I do want to hit those, because I always do a Q&A. You know, some people just don't want to come on, but they just have one question. And so I see some questions on YouTube that I need to answer. So after I finish doing this on Zoom, I'm gonna go to YouTube and answer the questions there. Okay, so hold on a second. Here we go. Okay, so Tisha, you want to come on? You want to unmute yourself, Tisha? No? No question?
Yes, I do now.
Okay. What you got for me?
Okay, my question concerns my hair reverting. I do the regular regimen, do the conditioning and whatnot, and then after I blow dry my hair, I use the super skinny serum.
You said after you blow dry it?
No, I'm sorry. Before I blow dry it, I use the serum, and then I blow dry it.
Okay.
And then I've been trying to flat iron it, but it just reverts. And my ends are straight. I would say about a third of my hair the ends are straight, as if I've had a perm, but then the rest of it down toward the root, you know, is just like natural. So I try not to use flat iron too hot, but it just reverts because I don't want to damage the ends.
Oh, okay. So, well, let me ask you this. So when you wet your hair, does your hair curl back up, like even the ends of it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. All right. So your problem is probably technique. Okay. So what heat temperature are you using your flat iron on?
Well, the flat iron I have, it goes all the way up to 30, but I've been using it on 15.
Oh, so you have like the number settings. So
yes, number setting.
So you use it on 15. So your setting probably is not high enough, first of all. And so when you straighten your hair on the 15, how straight does it get?
It gets really straight. It looks nice.
Okay.
But then
well, keep it at 15. Okay.
Okay.
Keep it at 15. Okay. So it looks nice. Your hair feels silky after you straighten your hair.
Yes.
Okay. And you said your ends are straight, but then the rest of it's puffy.
Yes. When I blow dry it, my ends are straight. You know, I can blow them straight, but the other part is not. So I flat iron.
And how big of a section are you taking when you're flat ironing?
Probably I guess 2 inches or something like that. 2 inches.
It's probably part of your problem, the technique, because if you want your hair to be straight and not revert, it's not necessarily about products. You know, a lot of times, because if you apply the heat cut, you've done everything, you know, it's probably you're taking too big sections, and quite possibly you might be going too fast with the flat iron. So all the hair is not receiving heat because you might be going fast through, you know, the roots to almost your ends. When you get to the ends, you might be going slower and also holding the flat iron there for a little bit, because that's what it sounds like to me. So you need, whenever you're flat ironing hair, you've got to do like a slow, steady motion all the way down to the ends. So when I say slow and steady, most people are like, you can't do that. One pass people, and then we go slow. We start at the roots and then go slow down. It's very slow and steady motion all the way to the ends. Okay. And so if you're doing that, that should help out, and make sure you're taking smaller sections, because if you watch any of my flat iron videos and y'all see that I be taking like little slivers, it's for a reason. Because people always say, well, I can't get my hair that straight at home. It's because you're not being patient. You know, you really have to take smaller sections if you want your hair to not revert.
Okay. Well, what could be the problem with my ends? Why are they straight like that? Because I haven't had a perm in years.
And you said your ends do curl back up with the rest of the hair?
When I shampoo, it does.
Oh,
Now, like now, I have a couple of braids in it, and when I braid, the ends are really straight.
But it curls back up when you wet it.
When I wet it, yes. You don't know?
It's just that you may not be getting enough product. I honestly would have to see your hair and ask you more questions, and unfortunately we don't have time for all that.
Okay. Did I tell you that I have gray hair? I have gray hair.
But anybody who wants to like have more time with me, I do offer one-on-one consultations, and you can go to my link tree and find out information. But your problem sounds very interesting. I would love for you to book with me. I would, so I can see your hair and stuff. I would love for you to book with me. Oh my gosh, that is very unique and interesting problem.
Yeah. Do you want to see it right after I shampoo or after I blow dry it? How would you rather see it?
Wow, I would rather see it after the shampoo. In all honesty.
Okay.
Yeah, because that would let me that would allow me to be able to see what might be going on with it when I see the hair in all natural state. Girl.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. Oh my gosh. If you want to book, go to my link tree and you can find the information there. But I would love to talk to you. Anybody who wants to book a one-on-one with me, it's all personal, and I get to get down to the nitty-gritty with you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So who is next? Cindy, you said, okay. Cindy, can you go ahead and unmute?
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to also show my camera. So
awesome. I love when people come on camera.
Oh, yes. I'm not afraid, because like I'm going to book with you, but I want to show you what my hair just it'll start growing, then it'll break off again. But while in the military, I developed alopecia because of the way we had to wear our hair always
pull back.
So it was really hard on my hair. But also my gynecologist had put me on some medicine, and it like broke like 6 inches of my hair off. So yeah.
The medicine.
And I developed like patches of bald spots from the medicine. So the patches in the back came back, but now I have like one in the front. So that's why I'm going to book with you, for you can really see, because
that'd be
also
nice.
to see if I'm like, I have a regimen. I don't know if the right regimen. I don't really know how to deal with my hair, so I just wash it. I condition it, I deep condition it, I make sure it's moisturized. But yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need to like go through your regimen with a fine-tooth comb. That way we can like really figure out what's going on. That will be amazing to be able to talk to you one-on-one. So go on ahead and hit that book button.
I'm going to. I already put it up on the side so I can book me an appointment, because like I really want my edges to grow back, because they'll grow, then they'll come out and grow and come out. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But the fact that you're actually getting growth there is encouraging.
That I'm getting what?
That you're getting growth is encouraging.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
if you had said no growth, I'd been like, oh.
I'd probably be somewhere trying to get that surgery to get my.
And you know, I did serve customers that had the surgery.
You did?
It's an amazing process.
I was like, if it doesn't grow back, I'm going to do something, because I just don't like it.
Yep, I got the doctor's information and everything, but we're not gonna talk about that right now.
Okay, but when I book, we'll talk about everything, because I do need some assistance with getting my regimen. But I keep my hair moisturized though. I do that.
No, that's good. You sound motivated, so that's all we need is motivation.
I am motivated because my hair is like, and all the women in my family have long, beautiful hair, and mine fell out, and like, I just want my hair back.
I know. Hair is so important. It's really important.
I mean, I loved my hair. It was like down, past my, past my, it was down here. So I miss my hair, and then it grows at different lengths. I'm like, what am I doing with this?
Yeah, it's so many things I can tell you about that type of stuff.
Okay, good. I'll be booking the day then.
All right, darling. Thanks for coming on.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Does anybody else want to get on and ask questions? If not, I'm going to go on ahead over to YouTube and see if anybody has any questions that need answering over there. We'll go ahead and start the Q&A part. Okay. All right, let me look. Hey, YouTube, how are y'all doing? I'm scrolling up. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Lori. Okay. Can I do an update on my favorite styling products? Yeah. So that's like a product rec. All right. And Brandy, I'm just joining. Did she answer a question about the live relaxers or not? Okay, let me talk about that for just a second. Live relaxers are better, even though they're harsher on the scalp. No, live relaxers are better for sensitive scalps, but over the long term, the live relaxers tend to dry the hair. And you wear the no live relaxers, and you're trying to figure out why in the world is my hair dry? Why is my hair breaking? A lot of times it's because you're using no live relaxer. I found that out years ago, like through trial and error. So, and two, people who are relaxing, make sure that you're not using super. Nobody needs a super relaxer. No. So stop it if you're using that. It's too harsh. Okay. I've seen people hair like literally come out in clumps because of that. Okay. Hi, please discuss children's hair. I have 2 daughters, 5 and 8, with natural hair. Pass me back. Do you recommend blow drying their hair for trims? This person need RevAir. RevAir, yes. The RevAir is going to help you tremendously. Yes, I do recommend blow drying, specifically RevAiring for trim, simply because you want to make sure the hair is as stretched as you can get it, so you can see what needs to be trimmed. Because a lot of times, if you trim in the wet state or the natural state, you can't really see what's going on. So just be sure to get the hair as stretched as possible before you trim. Okay. Yes. All right. Why do gray hair itch so much? I'm not sure. It might not have anything to do with gray hair, but I have gray hair and my hair doesn't really itch. I don't scratch my hair a lot. So I'm not sure exactly. You might just have an itchy scalp, or maybe generally if you have gray hair, that means you're aging. Your scalp might be changing too. That's the only thing I can think of. All right. So there's not that many questions over there. Yeah, not that many questions. So if you guys don't have any more questions, nobody else wants to get in the hot seat with me, I'll go ahead and end this class. But before I do, just make sure that you click on the link tree to find out all of my links. If you want to support, to keep this going, if you want to support, then go on ahead and click on the link tree as well, because I have links there for you to make donations and stuff. Okay. Oh, I do have a question. Is gray hair more fragile? No. Actually, gray hair is more wiry and thicker, to tell you the truth. No, it's not more fragile. Yeah, it's just gray hair is just hair where it just loses pigmentation. That's all it is. It's not any different. Yeah, except for it sticks up like this. My gray hair be sticking up all the time. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, like that one's sticking up right there. And for the people who struggle with like figuring out whether or not they want to color their hair or they want to let their gray come in, the reason why I let my gray come in is because with me being a hairstylist, I saw the struggle that women had and the stress that they had from trying to keep their hair, you know, the color that it was, whether it be black or brown or whatever. I saw the struggle trying to cover gray. And you wind up with 50 different colors on your head because you go to the salon sometimes, you do your hair at home sometimes, and it just looks like a mess and it's just crazy. And so for me, I feel like, you know, going gray gracefully is part of aging. It doesn't make you look old. It doesn't. I feel like it makes you, you know, look more distinguished and beautiful. Not more, but, you know, once it all comes in, it just gives you like this glory that you can't get from anything else, you know. So I tell people, do not fight the gray, because you do not fight nature. Nature is going to win every single time. That's why you got to keep going and getting it colored. Thank you. Gray hair is beautiful. You got to go get it colored all the time. You know, just let it grow out gracefully and enjoy it, and then start, you know, doing the silver rinses on it and stuff like that, and just enjoy it and have people compliment you when you go out. They're like, oh, your gray's so beautiful. And I'm like, I always tell people when I see like a head full of salt and pepper gray or a head full of gray hair, I think it's gorgeous. And I always have to stop people and tell them, I love your gray. Yeah, I know some people struggle with it. My mom struggles with the gray hair, and she's like almost 70. So a lot of people, they will color their hair until the day they die. But I feel like if you're older and you're coloring your hair, if you're covering gray, then it makes you look older. Yeah, because dark hair or darker hair or gray covered hair does not look as great when you get like in the upper ages and you have wrinkles and all that type of stuff. Now there's some people who gray earlier, and I can understand why they would want to color their hair, because you're like 30 and you have a head full of gray. I can understand that. But once you get like middle age and start getting up into senior citizens, I think it's time to maybe start reconsidering, you know, just letting the gray go ahead and come in. It's beautiful. It really is. And we have to accept the fact that we are aging. It just is what it is. But you can still be just as fabulous, but be fabulous with gray hair. And then it'll take some of the stress away. It'll take some of the stress away from having to always go into the salon or, you know, trying to cover up the gray every 3 weeks. Because really, in actuality, as soon as you get it done, you can start seeing the grays pop up, you know. So I like gray hair, especially pure white or silver. Yep, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I love it too. Yeah, and I've grown to love it simply because I work in the salon and everybody be trying to fight gray, and I'll just be like, I don't see how y'all go through the stress. Okay. Oh, you're very welcome. Naturally CPA. Okay, when going through menopausal stages, how should we care for our hair? It's pretty much the same thing, except you have to make sure that you're taking supplements along with it to kind of help combat those issues. Because I'm gonna tell you what, oh, it's like whenever you get older, everything just starts getting depleted. And so you have to kind of like fill in the blanks over and over and over again. And pretty much the same regimen, unless you see your hair doing something like super different. Like when you get older, you may have to do protein a little bit more or something, but just make sure you're drinking plenty of water and just taking supplements to help with that, and make sure your diet's on point. But I know in this day and age, getting diets on point can be a struggle because everything is just so like, I don't know, indulgent. It really is, and tempting, and it's just easy to grab something, especially if you have a busy life, and, you know, cooking takes up time and things like that. But just try to, you know, get your vitamins. And I should do a class on what vitamins are good to take for hair, what supplements are good to take for hair, because we really need to know that too. Yeah. Yeah, but as far as what happens to your hair during menopausal stages, a lot of times your hair will tend to shed a little bit more, and then the hair follicles tend to like get a little smaller, so your hair comes out a little bit thinner. So yeah, and you do lose density during those stages. Yeah. But what do you recommend for faux locks or braids as far as regimen? Ooh, that's kind of tough, because faux locks, your hair is kind of wrapped up around something. So I'm not really a fan of faux locks per se, but if you can get some type of braid spray to put in there to moisturize your hair, that will help. But as far as like shampooing your hair, I'm not really sure how that works because I've never shampooed faux locks before. But anytime you're in any type of protective style, whether it be braids, wigs, weaves, or whatever, you got to find a way to shampoo your hair in between and keep it moisturized. So faux locks, depending on how long you keep it in, I would suggest that you probably not shampoo as much, but just moisturize with the braid spray or something in between your shampoos. Yeah. And I'm not really well versed on faux locks. I've never done those before, and I've never handled those before. Yeah, but I reckon it's probably just about the same as like getting some type of some braids with extensions or something like that. They're beautiful, but I don't know the gist of all that. Okay, does anybody have any more questions? I'm getting ready to go on ahead and end everything. No more raised hands. Okay. All right, well. All right. Okay, I used a Joico K-Pack researcher and it had a very loose consistency. Did I get my batch? No, that's just the consistency of it. It's very, I wouldn't say liquidy, but it's very loose, as you would say. It's very loose. It's not a creamy, thick conditioner. You can literally pour it out fast. So yeah, you didn't get a bad batch. As long as it smells like bananas and cinnamon, you are good to go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna give people 60 more seconds for any other questions you may have. And then we will end. And if anybody has any recommendations for class topics, that will be much appreciated because I want to talk about what you want to talk about. Would you recommend clove water for hair? It's so funny because I just talked to somebody on the consult about that earlier. I'll just talk to somebody. Okay, this is the thing. Let me explain something to y'all. Okay, this thing called social media. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. It's okay. It'll be on the replay. But this thing about social media, because I'm an influencer as well, so I know the game. I just don't play it. Okay, so social media is always looking for the next best thing. YouTube is always looking for the next best thing. People who have social media accounts are always looking for how to get more views, how to get more likes on their stuff. So what happens is people jump on bandwagons. Okay, clove water is another bandwagon. Just like rice water was one, clove water is another one. And no telling what other stuff is in between. Okay, if clove water really worked the way people said it did, then everybody would have hair down their back because all you have to do is spray the clove water on. Everybody would have, if these bandwagons work the way people say they do, then everybody would have hair going down their back. But you rarely ever see people do like updates on stuff. Like I did it for 6 months and this is how my hair looks. You know, you don't see that. You see people do it for a month. They're like, oh, the results are amazing, that type of stuff. But it's just, to me, it's just another bandwagon. And I tell people to focus on making sure your hair is healthy, because if you have healthy hair, you're going to see the length retention. It's just no doubt about it. You know, if you're doing all the things you're supposed to do, you're going to see the length retentions. And a lot of times people, they tend to focus on the bandwagons and the quick things to try to get their hair to retain length, when in all actuality, they just need to like focus on proper technique, proper products and things like that. And, you know, even as the Bible says, the race is not given to the swift, but to one who endure to the end. It's the same thing with hair. Okay. So just be mindful of that. All the time you're focusing on like, you know, clove water, rice water, all of the bandwagons like that. You know, I think you're missing out because you could be focusing on getting your regimen right and getting even better results that way. Okay. Yeah. Class on detangling hair. Okay. Awesome. That's good. And that's important too. Protecting silk pressing humidity in nighttime routine. Okay. I sure can. I can do classes on that stuff. That's awesome. And that's what I want to see, y'all, because I get that question a lot too, protecting silk presses, because people wear them. A lot of people wear them regularly, and a lot of people complain about reversion, and protecting them in humidity can be tricky if you don't know what to do. All right. Okay, any more questions, y'all? This is the last call. Okay, what home relaxers do you recommend? Okay. Oh, I don't know, because I honestly do not know. I I don't know, because as a professional, I don't use like home products. And so there's nothing I can recommend as far as relaxers are concerned. One relaxer I did used to like to use, and they probably sell it in the beauty supply store, is the Mazzani. That was a really good one. That's the one I used in my salon, was Mazzani. Yeah. Okay. I have a TWA and moisturizer, and moisturize daily. Is that healthy? Yeah, it's fine if you moisturize daily. Yeah. Supplements and scalp care. Y'all are good. All right. Yep. I remember you from Long Hair Care Forum. Don't speak to feet. What's up? What's up, my people? Hey, hey. That was a long time ago. I joined that forum back in like 2001. It's like 20 something years later. How to trim your ends. Okay. Hair trimming. All right. How to pressure. Okay. All right. How to pressure TWA. All right. Okay. Anything else, y'all? Oh, wait. I see something on Zoom. Multitasking here. Let's go over here. I've been in North Carolina 6 days ago. I'm looking for a stylist. When I do, will they last after continue to get them? Generally with silk presses, if you get them often, your hair tends to go into memory mode, and also it'll start going into like stretch mode. Like your curls will start stretching. You'll start losing a little bit of curl pattern if you get them done regularly, but you don't have to lose all of your texture. But I mean, if you're getting your hair silk pressed every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or every month, and you've been doing it for like years, your hair is not going to bounce back into its natural curl state. This is not happening because you're using heat on your hair. But it also helps with keeping the silk press from reverting as quickly when you have a little bit of loosening on the curl. And most people don't mind it because they're not wearing their hair in natural styles anyway. So yeah, but nobody ever shows you that part of it. Everybody wants to show you like the silk press, but they don't show you how the hair looks like before the silk press. You haven't got one in 2 months. But yeah, if you want to keep your curls intact, I would suggest you only getting it done maybe a couple of times a year. But yeah. Yeah. But every 2 months is fine too. Yep. All right. All right, y'all. All right. We are going to end up. Oh yeah. And you can regrow your hairline. Yeah. But yeah, I'm loving all of these recommendations. That's amazing. So I'm going to be taking note on all of that stuff and writing it down so I can start getting some other classes together. All right. So we are going to sign off. And I'm so glad you guys came on. I'm so glad you're here. If you want any information about what's going on, go ahead and go into my link tree. And there's plenty of information on there. All right. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being part of this class. It really means a lot to me. I love teaching you guys, and God bless you. And I will see you next time. Goodbye. Good night.